What a bunch of
You mentioned Saturday Night Live there, and you were on the episode with Scarlett Johansson. Nicely timed. How was Scarlett?
Lovely. Yeah, our dressing rooms. It's kind of it's a turning machine. It's mad in there. It's conveyor belt. Just people running everywhere. There's so much going on in such a small space. Her dressing room is across from mine, and with the two of us had our dressing room doors open all the time, chatting away. She was so lovely. Obviously, I was nervous, like Scarlett Johansson of all people. And she was just really, really sweet and lovely. It seems to be, and I kind of something that I've always thought of: the bigger the star, the nicer they are. It seems to be. And she was so lovely, and we actually ended up having a great laugh, and her and her fiance, and have a few drinks. It was great.
Well, that's definitely true, because like you're Niall Horan, you're sound, and we're Dermot Dave, and we are like, so you know what I mean? It's so true.
What a bunch of
Hopefully we'll see you back in Ireland soon.
100%. I would have loved to have got back at some point this year. I missed my granny's 98th, my father's 68th, the All-Ireland final.
Well, come here. You made a massive announcement last night about these worldwide live streamed shows you're going to do in the Royal Albert Hall. Tell us all about that in case anyone somehow has missed it.
Yeah, tickets are on sale, and you can go on my website for more of the details, niallhoran.com. Very original. And I wanted to do a virtual gig because I heard people were doing them. But I wanted to give all the money that we raised to my crew that I would have toured with this year, because the crew members of the world have been completely left behind. They don't, because they're self-employed, they don't qualify for furlough, even though our industry makes more money for governments around the world than most industries. And the engine room of that are our crew, and the men and women who leave their families for months on end, have mortgages, have kids, etc., have been completely left behind, and no one was doing anything about it. So I thought, right, that's all the money that we raised for this gig at the Royal Albert Hall on November 7th. Let's give all the money to them, and then in the meantime, an Irish girl called Karen was the production assistant on One Direction, and she's set up a thing called We Need Crew over here in the UK, similar to what the Boys in the Blizzards did at AIST.
Yeah.
And kind of a fund for our crew, and all the I'll pay my crew, and then the excess money that we have, I'll pass it wherever I can to kind of help out.
Well, that's an amazing gesture, and I suppose one that your crew probably weren't expecting. Is this something that maybe we're going to see more of? Are you going to lead a charge, do you think, across the music industry? Because, well, I suppose your generosity will, and you've done so well, is allowing you to do it. Do you think we're going to see more of it?
Yeah, I'm one of the lucky ones where I can do something like this and give the money away. It's not easy for a lot of singers and stuff like that. I don't want it to seem like if we're leading a charge, then yes, but I don't want to be like, oh, jeez, you're such a nice fella, blah, all that stuff. I'm doing it because these people need money, and they don't have any other jobs, because if they don't tour, they don't make money. Simple as that. So hopefully I can get, like, by me doing it, and hopefully by me doing interviews like this, one of the artists watches it, and then the next time they think they're doing a virtual gig, they'll give money to the AST or We Need Crew or whatever it is in that particular country.
Yeah, because I mean, like, obviously, as you said, there are plenty of small artists who are suffering almost as much as crew are, because they would have relied on the Friday, Saturday night gigs or whatever it would be. But people at your level who might be listening, I mean, obviously, you've done gigs through lockdown with Chris Martin and you two and all these other people who are in the same position that you are, that they could put on a gig. Everybody wins in the sense that you get to perform, if the fans get to watch it, and then the crew benefits at the end. Like, it's a win-win-win.
No, it's great. It's great for everyone. I haven't performed since the Late Show with James Corden, March 14th or 15th or something like that. Actually, probably something around about that week. And it's going to be unbelievable for me to get up on stage and play, even if it's an empty room with some cameras. But it'd be good for us, the band, to get back in the room and rehearse for it and get up on stage. And the crew, first of all, have a job to do, because we'll have a few days rehearsals and then the gig itself. Yeah. And then we get a year's pay at the end of it, which is exactly the aim of it. And yeah, it's just a shame how they've been treated. But if this is the way we can kick off some sort of surge, well, it's a good. As you said, it's a win.
Well, plus it means that we as fans, get to hear the new record and get to see live performances of songs that we simply haven't seen.
Yeah, I didn't get the chance to tour this year. I didn't get to, apart from the couple of TV performances I did with Nice to Meet You and No Judgment and SNL and things like that. I only got to perform probably 4 songs off the new album. So it'll be good to delve in there a bit more and give the fans a chance that they wouldn't have had.
When you look back on those One Direction days, does it seem like you're thinking of a different person?
Yeah, it is mad. Like, I know people that like have come on board to, newer friends of mine or people that work with me that came on after one day. They kind of like always say that they don't see me as that person. I think it's like a different person. Obviously, it's definitely me. So I remember it fondly and all the different things that happened. But I suppose it's the 10-year period, and 10-year period in anyone's life is a lot.
How are you different now, do you think? I know it's a pretty deep question for early in an interview, but what ways have you changed, do you think, since those 1D video days?
I've got more chest hair anyway, for sure. I don't know. I don't think I've changed that much. I probably had to mature a lot quicker than most, as much as I'm always messing. But deep down, there's a mature man in there. I don't know. Yeah, it's a very different life that I lead to most. I
imagine you've more control over your days these days.
100%. Yeah. I mean, at the start, we were trying to get the band out there as much as we could. So we did 100 laps of the planet all the time. And it was great fun because we were energetic and we were 18, 19, 20, 21, and then you kind of, after that, you're like, you get a bit tired, and then you rejuvenate yourself in your mid-20s and kind of able to do it again. But yeah, I don't really know. I just kind of go along with it. I don't really know, to be honest.
Do you think if you were still part of that big machine, things like, modest management and the golf stuff would be possible, or would you just be too busy and just be too consumed by something like that? Is it only because you're solo and you're on your own terms now that you can do that?
Obviously, I've had more free time. Obviously, between when I'm doing the albums and stuff, I'm in the studio, I take longer at it. Whereas before we would record nearly while we were on the road for the next tour, the next album.
Yeah.
So I have more time to do that. I mean, more time is not a lot of time, but I still have more to be able to do the golf management and stuff like that. And yeah, so it's just, I don't know. It's hard to tell. You'd find time if it was an idea that you felt passionate about. You'd find time, and I just happen to have more time to do it now.
Cheers,
See you later, lads. Lovely
Bye.
to speak to you.
You too.
Bye.